Concludes public hearings, right? Okay, so we're going to move on now to items number 27E. 27E, Kuehl, I believe. No. Voter fraud. We have two speakers, okay. Supervisor Kuehl, I believe you have an amendment?
Yes, Madam Chair, I wanted to propose an amendment which I believe has been distributed to each of the members of the board. Let me read the amendment and then indicate why I think it's necessary, and I hope the press will also take account. So to adopt the following changes to the agenda item in the motion section so that it would read, I therefore move that the Board of Supervisors direct the Auditor Controller, upon receipt of details on specific cases of voter fraud from CBS News KCAL, to conduct a review of the allegations and provide a report to the Board in 30 days with their findings, recommendations, and any corrective actions that may be necessary. I further move that the Board of Supervisors direct the Registrar Recorder, County Clerk, in collaboration with the Auditor Controller, to provide a report in 30 days that includes details on current protocols and statistics related to death notifications and voter file maintenance, as well as a follow-up status report on the 10 recommendations contained in the February 6, 2015 Auditor Controller Report on duplicate voter records at the Registrar Recorder, County Clerk.
That's a friendly amendment, and I support that. So we move the motion as amended.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Supervisor Antonovich. The reason is I understand that though allegations were made by one of our Fourth Estate esteemed television stations, they refused to be forthcoming about the actual list. So it's kind of like saying, as one president or other did, I've got a list right here of the enemies, but I'm not going to give it to you. So the amendment really says, as soon as we get the list, then it will be possible for us to compare the names. A sample was released to the Registrar Recorder, who then investigated each of the, I believe, 10 names that was provided, and found that in all cases but one, it was not the case that there were people who had passed away who were registered to vote. 8 of them were not on the rolls. 1 was the son with the same name of one of the voters who was registered, and 1 was questionable, which they're now investigating. So I think it really behooves us, if we're going to order them to do an investigation, that we have the actual allegations in hand. And also, I think, to get a report back about what they've done on our motion from last year in a real protocol for the entire system.
Very good. Okay, we have 2 speakers on this item, Eric Previn and Arnold Sachs.
Thank you, it's Eric Previn, and I suppose thank you to the supervisor from the 3rd District for bringing in OCI, if that's who it is. Is it the Office of County Investigations? They're a good group. They are a scandal cloud that comes in to sort of oversee and make sure that everything is proper. I agree that the invisibility is problematic. But I would ask, if we're going to bring in OCI, and this is merely a public comment, that we also look at the election that has just taken place or is underway for the supervisorial seats, make sure that all allegations are fairly considered about, various kinds of, I don't want to say electioneering, that's a red flag, but there's a lot of funny business in these elections, like obviously this case, which is very, very stark, where anybody would think to put in a voter registration card for a dead person is really a bad actor. I think that goes without saying. And there are other scams underway, and there's obviously a lot of enthusiasm for voter rolls among candidates. That's why Clark Lee, who you brought in from the Democratic Party to serve on the commission, brings a kind of veneer of, well, I don't want to say impropriety, but certainly not propriety, because of course there's a battle going on between various members of this group. We all remember certainly the email, broglio, I believe, is the best word for it, in which during a Board of Supervisors election, dead individuals, no, sorry, not dead individuals, sorry, county staff were using their personal email to disinclude other members of the candidates from debates and such. But to get back on point, let me just conclude that I do think that it's very, very appropriate to look closely at these allegations. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Yes, thank